Hey guys, so yeah, let's start another live today. So as for today, I'm just going to contribute to some projects. There's 3 issues, like actually 2 of them uh, I created myself. Not the issue. Yeah, the issue too, actually. So, but the first one, I'm going to try to contribute to some open source project, which is Phoenix Live View. Uh, just let me check if I'm not losing frames. No, it's everything okay. So yeah, this is the first thing. It's a proposal from Max Weitzman. He's using this push event to function, and actually he wants to send the event to the same element that the live view is applied to. For those who don't know, live view, this Phoenix Live View is a project, pretty interesting project. Let me just search like this. I guess there is like this main live view page. I know there's this one. So yeah, the idea of live view is that you write code on the server that actually knows, like maintains the state of the HTML, the render HTML, and you can kind of change it on the fly, server side rendering them, and it will only change the actual elements that really changed. You know, you re-render the whole page, you can re-render the whole page and just send the actual elements that change through the wire. And actually it uses WebSocket connections for that. It's pretty amazing, actually. It's pretty fast. And this push event too is like a JavaScript way of sending events, but you have to say, hey, this is the element I want to send the event to. So, and there's no way to send the element itself. The only way to send, it's actually I actually checked the code for it in here. Where is it? Assets, JS, Phoenix Live View. If you search for push event 2, you can see here it calls this within targets, and it push events for every target. So within targets actually gets the first argument, which is what he's sending here, right? Oh, I actually closed that. Right. This is what he's sending. He wants to send like the elements itself, but he only accepts a number, right? Actually, a string with a number, right? With only numbers. That's what this regex stands for. And yeah, it tests for, if it's a number, it gets the it gets the element for that position under the element, and if not, it gets actually it selects it gets the query selector all. So any element that matches this string query selector, right, is going to, so it goes through them and send it through the wire. Yeah, and it calls the callback, which is that one thing here, right? So basically what we want to do is maybe another if inside of this within, right? So basically maybe a guard clause if. So I guess, yeah, let's start off by forking this project, right? Because I can't commit it straight to this. I can't click here and edit. Or can I? No, I can't. I need to fork. All right, I already have the fork. So I'm probably going to have to download this on my machine. right? No, I don't have it there, so cloning it. Let me check if not losing frames yet. So cool. Oh yeah. Hopefully you're seeing everything. Let me know if you need help to understand anything, or like if you have any question. The idea of doing it live is basically to make that possible. Oops, Phoenix, yeah. Let me start a Tmux session for Phoenix live view. And, right. So what I want is the JS file. JS, yep, that's it. And inside here, the within targets, right? Yeah, this is the within targets. So in here, oh, also maybe I want, that's a good idea actually, to actually put it here. So if Phoenix target is a node, right? Let me see if there's any other node type, right? I guess I can check this. If node type is in the actual Phoenix target variable, I can assume it's an element, and then go straight to returning the actual callback call, right? So the view, how does the callback? So yeah, the view is this, right? This view. Actually, I can check this, I guess, this.el. If I'm sending the Phoenix target at this.el, I can do basically this, right? If it's exactly the same element. Yeah. I guess this is the contribution, which is quite good. I love like these small contributions. Oh, I forgot one thing. I have to add upstream and update my master. So updating master, git remote, add upstream, git fetch upstream to get the latest version of upstream, and then git rebase upstream master. I guess that's it. Like, let me stash my changes and then upstream again. All right, I barely cloned it. Right, it's basically the same code. So did I barely clone it? Really don't know. Anyway, let's stash pop it, and it's back there. Let's check out fix. What's the ID? I always put branch names when I'm working on issues. I always put branch names like that. It's pretty obvious what I'm doing. Hey Mijar, e aí cara, beleza? So hopefully you're understanding what I'm saying and what I'm doing. Not sure, but I'm contributing to this project, Mijar. It's Phoenix Live View. Not sure if you heard of it. It's pretty cool. So Minjar is an old friend. very old friend. I mean, very old, not in the sense that he's old, but it's from a long time ago, our friendship. And he's actually the guy that presented me to my wife. So yeah, I like him a lot. So let me just check what I did, which is this one line of contribution. And yeah, let's commit, allowing to use this.el on oh, you having problems seeing it? Let me, is this better? Oh, come on, why full screen? So this Phoenix, I don't like full screen that much, really. I love doing this switching between apps with not full screen apps, you know. And then I can't see if I open full screen, I can't see the chat here, because I did put the chat here to actually see you, and then like I have to do this all the time. So I'm not going full screen, as you said. To push send events is the name. And this commit fixes, or actually closes, it's not a real issue, number 1396. Pushing and then I can go here probably and compare and pull request. I think this should be the best approach, because then every other function that calls within node, is it the name of the function? Within targets, can send this .el to it. Maybe actually the perfect way would be, let me see actually. If I, let me see, everywhere within called, within targets, so within owners, within targets, and yeah, there's only two places that within targets is called. And the actual, when you send the query selector, it actually tries to get the view from the live socket, right? This live socket owner, and then it gets the target and a callback function that actually calls the callback function there. Maybe if I do something like this here, and actually instead of forcing it to be this element, I force it, if it's a node of any type, I do this. So the thing is that not oops, here, not sure if you got what I meant. Basically, the way I did implement before, I was forcing that the only other option should be Phoenix target. The only other option for Phoenix target would be to pass the actual live view element, but maybe other people want to get the element and then send this callback, then send this through the push event hook of that live view. So I guess it's I mean, I don't see any reason why not to allow this. Problem is I don't like this if else. So not sure if I shouldn't actually just do a return here and that's it. I don't know. I'm just going to push it like that and see what they think of it, right? I mean, I'm not a JavaScript developer, but yeah, this is what I have for today. I'm just not sure if they have tests for it. Let me just amend the last commit, right? And force a push. Hey Minjar, are you still there? Oops. Yeah, there's plenty of people there. Hey guys, if you have any question, please don't hesitate on pinging there on the chat, and I can answer you. You can put your question in Portuguese. I can answer you in Portuguese if you want. I'm just answering Minjar in English because I know he understands it. So no, Falknorsk, no. So cool, yeah. What else? I did just push it and let me just refresh this page. It should refresh with the latest changes. I think this should be the best approach because then every other function that calls it in targets can send this element or any other element. Yeah. So yeah, I guess this is it for this contribution. Next up is let me see if I'm not losing frames. 1 frame, I guess that's a good. So Falknorsk and Minjar are talking to each other now, right? Agora sim, tá top. The best guys, right? So yeah, fix this issue, I think. Next one will be to set the download dep as a dev only. So this is a... E aí, boa tarde, Wellington. Beleza, cara? So... Bem-vindo aí, bem-vindo à live, cara. Valeu pela força. So this is just welcoming the guys there. So this is one of the open source projects we use and we open sourced on the company I work for. Wellington, tu é professor? Não sou professor, cara. Só trabalho com isso aqui e eu, tipo, tem um bagulho que a galera usa, é open source. E tipo, código open source, e a galera, eu gosto de contribuir para essas coisas. E aí eu faço live. Aí eu faço em inglês porque a maioria da galera que usa Elixir, a linguagem que eu uso, é de fora do Brasil. I was just answering Ellington me too, because he asked if I was a teacher. I'm not. I work for this company, Toggle Plan, which is the handle is Team Week because it used to be called Team Week, right? But yeah, now we renamed it to Toggle Plan. So this holidefs project It's basically a library to deal with holidays, and it uses the actual uses the holidays definition files from another project called holidays, and it loads those files, and it gives you the the dates that a given holiday is going to happen. It's pretty cool because sometimes you have to show the holidays on your timeline or on your product, so it's a good way to get those, because you don't have to, like, for every single year, like the file definitions look like this. Let me see. Brave calendar definitions here. The file definitions look like this. So this is the definitions for, I don't know where, AT. So they say Ostermontag is Easter, right? So there's this function Easter every year, that this function is kind of a custom functions, but because Easter is kind of a crazy date, right? Wellington, você é péssimo em inglês? Ah, mano, só fica aí, deixa tocando aí no fundo, eu aumento a música, quer? I was just saying, talking to Wellington, he doesn't understand that much of English, but I said, yeah, I can turn the music up if he wants. So cool. Anyway, thanks either way for joining. Ser amigo do Falk é gente boa, né, cara? So yeah, continuing that there's some, for example, some dates that are like month day, like on the month 8, month day 15, there's always gonna be this Maria Himmelfahrt, which is, I don't know what it is, right? National Feiertag. It looks like German, but I guess it's Austria, right? AT, that they use German there. Anyway, let's keep going on. Right, back to the issue. So set download dep. So the download dep is basically used for like development per se. It's not used on production. So the idea is that it should not be included as a actual dep. It should be included as a development only dep in this project, and it should not be included to the projects that actually depend on this project. Not sure if you understand me, but yeah, anyway. Let me cd into the holidefs, get the last version. I don't know why. All right, I know why, but I don't mind. ts holidefs to check a new tmux session for it, open vim, and then I'll mix the download dep. Should be only runtime, right? Only dev. The problem, I got this problem actually because one of my colleagues here in Toggleplan, he created a new version of Hex of holidefs. So here on HexPM you get it's a site where it's made available, so you can download it on your projects. So the dependency holidef, actually it says here it depends on download, gettext, and YAML Elixir. I'm sure gettext and YAML Elixir, we use them on production, like to gettext is used to translate stuff and YAML is to load that definition file, right? But downloads is not a dependency that we actually need to run on production. So that's why I'm putting it on this only dev, and that's it. That's the contribution so far. I also did put there that maybe we want to set as an optional dep. I don't think so actually, because right now this download lib is used for this mixed task holidefs download. right? So it downloads, it's basically this task here, holidefs.download. If I execute it, it downloads every single file that we have defined as dependencies, like as files to download, right? But the thing is, I guess this is good enough of a fun. Wellington Mito. So, o Wellington Mito falou que o primo dele mexe com essas coisas. Massa, cara, massa. Ele é programador também. Vendo aqui agora, você estava conversando aí. Valeu, Falk, pela indicação aí. Às vezes não é nem muito uma galera que curte, mas tô vendo que os caras são gente boa pra caramba. E fico aí nas nossas lives só dando view. Massa, cara, valeu mesmo. So, back, I was just talking to a little Mito. He was saying that his cousin does programming school. Indica pro teu primo aí, cara. Quem sabe ele manja de inglês e vai entender o que eu tô fazendo. Also, let's continue. So, I was thinking maybe also what I want to do is to actually put this, both these tasks are actually development tasks only. So there's no reason why I should be exporting those tasks for other users. I'm not sure if you understand, but anyway, how can I do that? Basically, I will create another support directory outside of the lib directory. This lib directory is the one that is going to get compiled and delivered to the final user, you know. So to actually be dev only, I have to not compile these other things here. So, valeu, Wellington, valeu, cara. Obrigadão aí por indicar, ajuda muito. So, é só uma das primeiras lives, na verdade, eu tô testando, nem divulguei muito ainda, porque nem sei como é que tá funcionando aí e tal, deixa eu até ver aqui. Perdi um frame só, acho que tá travando, não tá. I was just saying, Wellington said he sent it to his cousin, and I say just that I don't do much marketing yet because I really don't know how these lives are going. Like, are there people watching it? I don't know. I don't even know how people do this. Like, I see there's other users in the chat, but I don't even know if those users are the actual users. Anyway, let's go on. So basically, what I'm going to do is to move these mix tasks there to another directory, which is this prev support one, right? And for that, I just do mv lib mix. I guess I have to set -r lib mix and then prev support. And I just need some crazy English accent now. Right. Now I move them there. So mix exs then have to. I always forget how is that supposed to look like. Really. Let me see. I guess that we have an example on. Here there's like a Elixir RC or something. This is pretty common on support. Wellington, eu sou de Curitiba, cara. Na verdade, eu sou de Santa Catarina, né? Falo cantadinho, mas o Falk também é. Ele, não sei se ele já falou, mas o Falk também fala cantandinho de origem. Let's continue. I was just answering to Wellington Mito. he asked me where I'm from. I'm from the south of Brazil, just so you know. Uh, Here, I guess it's on mix actually. Mix this function here. Elixir RC paths. Like that. Yep. And then I do like this. But it's not for test that I want to compile other stuff, but for dev, right? Then it's on prev support. I guess that's it, right? Let's take some coffee. Wellington, tamo junto aí. Junto nesse lockdown. Junto, só que separado. Massa Curitiba, cara. Não volto pra Santa Catarina tão cedo, não. Foi mal aí, catarinenses e tal. Adoro visitar vocês. No inverno, o verão é insuportável. Cara. São José é Curitiba, cara. Isso aí é do lado. Just answering to Wellington there, he says he's on the same city, actually the same region. I was just saying that I love this region, like really. I love my original state, which is a little bit more south, but it's a valley, and it gets crazy hot in the summer, like 40 degrees Celsius and up, like it's crazy. Valeu, Wellington. Obrigadão aí. Let me see what I did here. And let me actually test one of these. Let me open a new branch, right? Remove, download, dep from prod. That's a long name. Anyways, yeah, let's see. We just use it to get new definition files. And actually, I'm not even sure if we need this here, but I mean, I don't mind, because like here it's on prev. Maybe I should call dev support like this, and then it's pretty obvious it should be used only for dev, right? E aí, Wellington, você perguntou aí quantas horas eu trabalho por dia. Cara, entre 6, 7, quando eu tô empolgado, 8 horas. Só que isso aqui não é meu trabalho, saca? Isso aqui é tipo, tô fazendo uma hora livre, assim. Eu tiro uma horinha, às vezes eu tiro uma horinha do dia. Quanto tempo já foi? Meia hora, tipo, eu faço uma coisinha, é contribuição, é tipo caridade, tá ligado? Basicamente esses projetinhos aí, open source, é tipo assim, o cara fez lá um código na empresa dele que ele viu, isso aqui, uma outra galera aí, tipo, pode usar também, pode querer também. E aí eles disponibilizam esse código para geral, assim, e o código é aberto, então é aberto assim, eu posso ver o código, ele não disponibiliza só o aplicativo ou coisa assim, disponibiliza para galera de fora, tipo, peguei um bug. Em vez de depender do único cara que dá manutenção naquilo e ir lá e corrigir esse bug, o cara pode pedir para as outras pessoas corrigir, saca? A galera vem, corrige, que nem antes ali era um projeto que, tipo, Eu nem uso, inclusive, esse Phoenix Live View, o primeiro que eu mexi aí. E, tipo, fui lá, corrigi um bagulho que uma outra pessoa viu, pô, tô precisando disso aqui, só que o cara não tinha tempo para contribuir. Eu vi lá, contribuí, vamos ver. Ó, abri aqui o pull request, tá? Inclusive, pendente. É, tipo, galera vem, revisa, vê meu código, tipo, ah, pô, gostei desse código, não gostei, sei lá, faz tal coisa. É bem massa, assim, é uma galera, meio que uma comunidade que se ajuda e aprende bastante com isso, cara. Você contribuindo assim, aprende muito. É por isso que eu faço, na verdade. É mais por aprender as coisas do que qualquer outra coisa. De, sei lá, caridade em si. Tipo, as empresas que estão por trás dessas coisas não precisam muito de caridade, não. Mas, enfim, voltando lá pro assunto. So, going back, I was just kind of explaining to Wellington uh, what is open source software and why I do it. Alright, going back to my code, fixes number. Oh, the music is over. The end is the beginning. Oh, that's another album. A pretty good band, by the way, Fit for a King. I totally love them. But this album, I'm not sure if I actually listened to it completely. Anyway, let's go on. Are you hearing the music, by the way? Ah, vocês estão escutando a música, cara? Eu falando aqui da música em inglês, não sei nem se vocês estão escutando. Aqui eu botei bem baixinho. Avisem aí se está muito baixo. Pô, mano, sério, eu falando de música. I just asked him, what about now? Did you... Melhorou? E aí, estão escutando alguma música agora? Aê, beleza. Eu tava falando, vou voltar, vou botar o álbum que eu conheço. I'm just going back to Dark Sides, which is the album that I actually know. I just realized no one was listening to it. Legal, valeu Mijar, valeu Elton. So continuing, holidefs, this is the fix, this is the issue I am trying to fix, which is the download dependency to dev and test only. I actually only need dev, I don't need it in test environment, because I just execute that sometimes. So it's the number 18, right? All right, so there's one change, mv prev support, all right, mkdir also, dev mv div prev support to dev. Right, let me just test the actual mix deps get to actually download the dependencies. Oh, foi mal, Wellington, não estou explicando as coisas que eu estou fazendo aqui, mas bom, você não, tipo, mesmo que eu fale em português, você não vai entender muito o que eu estou fazendo, porque eu meio que estou falando num nível um pouquinho mais avançado, saca? Então, o público é mais uma galera aí que já desenvolve e tal. Let's just explain it to Wellington. I'm not translating it, but anyway, it's, my actual public is just um, I'm focusing on kind of a global reach, like hoping, right? Let's see. Like I'm going to test this holidefs help. Let's see if holidefs is there. It's not. I think I have a problem. Mix holidefs download. Fingers crossed. I really need to stop drinking coffee. It gives me bellyache. Really. I guess I drink too much of it every day. Hopefully you're not listening to my belly sounds. Are you, Minjar? And hopefully we stay just to belly sounds, right? Not get to the final result of belly sounds live. I mean, it'll not be very good to my reputation. All right, so skip all. Yeah, it's executing. Cool. It works. So pushing it and opening a pull request to origin. What's name? Remove download depth from prod. So opening the pull request from here. I'm not sure it's from here. Yeah. To make sure we don't send them to the user of the lib users, right? Also, sorry for my English if you're like a native English speaker. I am not really, and not sure if you're gonna like my accent or not. So anyway, and my vocabulary is kind of short, a little bit short at least. I would love to be better at English, and this is one more reason to be doing these lives, right? So I get better at talking English, because I do work for a international company. It's from support, and maybe that should be the first slang we get from this channel. So I do work for an international company from Estonia, and I do talk in English with them, but we are a company that focus on asynchronous communication, you know. So we talk through text a lot, to messages on Slack, and we have very little, very few calls. And that's really good, because it makes us more independent of each other, and like there's people from all around the world, so it's better if we are independent of each other to actually do our work, because sometimes you're gonna send some message to someone and they're gonna answer tomorrow, because for them it's already tomorrow but it's tomorrow like 1 a.m. Well, thank you, Minjar. Thank you for your kind words. You're a very kind guy. So yes, it's a very simple pull request too. The next one though is going to be a bit more complex. Not even sure if I'm going to finish. Not even sure if I'm going to study today, right? Because we are 46 minutes in, and yeah. Oh, Senhora Falk followed. So, cool. Valeu, Rafa. Brigadão aí. I really don't know how do you guys, like, because I have only one screen right now. So I saw other guys do put this Twitch Studio or OBS on another screen to actually make the lives. I actually just decided I don't care, right? Just like, anyway, I keep everything in here. So please tell me if anything is really bad and you want me to change. I'm open to suggestions, of course. And I tried OBS but there are some problems with OBS and macOS, right? So I'm not sure. Maybe I need to give it a second chance. Right, this is it. So the second was that, and the third one would be this other issue on the same lib. Let me close the other tabs here. On the same lib, which is the holidefs one. This one is a lot bigger. Like explaining the idea. Basically, right now, what we do on holidefs is basically this. When starting the app, it starts this application file here. When starting it, we start this child, the definition store, and on the definition store is actually an agent. For those who don't know what an agent is, it is Git. I guess Hex docs is better. Elixir agent. So an agent is a kind of a abstraction for state. So it's a gen server that holds state for you. So you can implement state without actually implementing all the details about a gen server that's made to hold state, basically. So it's kind of a tiny abstraction on top gen server that's already an abstraction on top of processes. Anyway, you can look for gen server, you can look for OTP to understand it better, but agent is Elixir only. It's kind of a tiny wrapper for gen servers. It's pretty cool. Anyway, we start this agent and we load all definitions on start, right? It just starts here and gets all the locales, which get, let me see. The locales are defined here. Locales function, where is it? Locales here. So it just returns the module attribute locales, which is all locales basically, right? So it goes through them, getting the code name and loading the code name, and it loads from this definition file. So basically, the idea is that nice, this is good, but it could be better. It could be better in a sense that it could be more performant and maybe even using less memory on the PC that's running it, probably a server. Let me go back to the issue there. So the idea, we don't add new holidays at runtime in any moment, right? So to support new holidays, new locales, we do it at compile time. We have to actually change this project, change the definition files. So it's actually safe to build this API to actually get the holidays at compile time. We don't need to load the definition file, the entire definition file to memory on the runtime. We could do it on the compile time and then create functions that will execute directly and will be a lot faster. Like compile time, doing things at compile time kind of looks scary, but really it isn't that much. And I'm gonna show you. But it is for sure a little bit harder than my previous pull requests, right? So git checkout master. E aí, Minjar, você está entendendo o que eu vou fazer agora? I asked Minjar because I know he's a programmer, like retired one. But yeah, let's see if he's understanding it. Please let me know if you need any help to understand what I'm doing, why I'm doing. I answer everything on the chat, from the chat. So git checkout, compile. defs. Right. So basically, holidefs. What I'm going to do is the definition store, then instead of get definition, right. Let me see. Get definition, definition, right. How I'm going to do that? Let me check the. Oh, only one slow frame. That's really good. Just a moment. Mistress Kelvinstein is just texting me. Okay. Right, let's go on. So the store is the responsible for starting the server right now, right? What I'm going to change is basically that it's not going to be the responsible for starting the server anymore, because it's not going to be an agent anymore. So it's just the place that we're going to put the all definitions that are loaded, and it's not going to return the agent, but return the how the definitions were stored before actually. Load all, load. All right, it's a list, bare list, right? So basically what we are going to do here on all definitions is to return, how can I set that? Yeah, this right now is what happens during most of the day of a programmer. You sit staring at the code and think, how do I do that? Right? But this is the idea of these lives actually. I don't want to be the guy that just comes here and teach how everything should be done. I'm just showing up how I do stuff and how I learn, you know. So hopefully you learn something with me, and maybe even I learn something with you by the comments, right? All definitions. So all definitions basically should return all definitions that are loaded. So we are going to change the load from startup time to compile time. And how are you going to do that is basically we're going to find a at definitions and load this list. This list should be the list that's going to replace the runtime list of dependencies. And this list is going to be basically this code. So how I move this from runtime to compile time. Simple. Now, does that work? I don't know, but this is a start. Anyway, it's going to return a list of definition loaded, like of definitions that are going to be loaded. So this actually simplified the code, and this is going to be removed because it's not a process anymore. This is going to be removed because it's not an agent anymore, and all definitions should return at definitions. Get definitions should return at definitions. All right, this one is a bit more complex actually. It's this one, but instead going through the definitions is the add definitions. Let me see if it fits on one liner. It fits. Lovely. And get locale atom still is useful because it's there. I just pointed at my screen, come on. Like there, guys. You know, here, can you see it? Like here, this line. I'm just crazy. Right, locale keys. I guess this one could be moved to add locale keys too, which is like more processing instead of more runtime processing, more locale keys. One liner, that's good. I think this could be rewritten to one liner too. Let me see. Perfect. A little bit less readable, in my opinion. Minjar, are you still there? No, Minjar went away. Just Falknorsk. Falknorsk, what do you prefer? This or this? Oops. Looking at the code, I don't mind this actually. It's good enough. Oh, Falk, eu tava te perguntando aqui, ó, o que tu prefere, ó? Isso aqui ou isso aqui? Uma linha só que a galera não entende muito bem. Ou várias linhas e é um pouco mais fácil de entender. Ah! É por isso que live é da hora. Dá pra fazer em uma linha só também. Olha aí, ó. Viu? Só de explicar o problema pro cara, eu descobri que dá pra fazer ficar menor ainda, olha só. E ainda legível. Perfect. I just was explaining to Falknorsk what asking him what did he prefer, and just by explaining it, I got a better solution, like a combination of the two. It's perfect. I didn't realize before that actually the four comprehensions they get, if you have, like, they get smaller than the enum map. Pretty interesting. So if you only have to go through one list and do one thing, like executing one function, like 4 is really short, and you can do on one-liners like this. Cool. Never realized that before. So I'm not sure if I should be doing this actually. Like this get locale atom here. I mean, and just some refactoring. That's still not going to be very readable, right? L do. L L L, and it fits. So here I do basically, if it's in this, if it's not, but it's a binary, or it's atom. Oh, Minjar, você caiu? Você caiu? Deixa eu ver. É, cara, eu não perdi frame. Ô, Falk, você que... Sabe, é aqui que eu devia estar olhando para os frames mesmo? Tipo, se tivesse travando e perdendo conexão, aqui estaria um número alto, né? Na verdade, foi isso que aconteceu na outra live. Sei lá. Não sei. Pode ser aí. Oh, valeu pelas dicas, Israel. Não, eu entendi que queria ser pod. Vou mostrar o chat aqui também que fica mais fácil. Massa. I was just asking, Minjar said he just, it was lagging for him. So continuing it, and this, oops, this should be. So it was kind of a big rewrite of this module. And, yeah, valeu Miharito. Valeu, Falcão. Deixa eu ver. O que eu ia fazer? What I was going to do actually now, I was going to show you the actual rewrite of the store module. Yeah, store module. So, this is the rewrite we did. Kind of rewrite we did. It's kind of big. So here, use agent was removed. Right on top here, let me just, on the left, there is the previous code, and on the right here, the same line, there's the new code. So a use agent was removed. This whole function was removed, and instead we created two module attributes, right? It's not wanting to go back there. Okay, so back. So remove the whole thing. So all definitions now returns straight these definitions that were loaded on compile time. Continuing. Get definition now just gets the definition from inside these definitions that were loaded at compile time. And we rewrote this function get locale atom to actually these two things, to actually convert the string to atom in case it is a valid atom. And that's it, right? So the thing we have to do now is to actually load holidefs application. Here we don't need this module anymore because we are not going to start any process on this thingy now. So I can totally remove this file. I don't remember how you remove on netterw. All right, I don't care. I just going to do this rmrf lib holidefs application. Right, application was removed, and then on mix.exs I have to remember to get the mod here and remove it too, because the mod there is just the module configuration, like what module should be started when this application starts, and if there's nothing set there, nothing will get started, because right now nothing needs to get started because we don't have any process being started when starting the application. And we can, the application can just configure the extra applications that should be started, which is Logger. Not sure even if we should actually depend on Logger, but Logger comes with Elixir, and so we are okay doing that. So we are all right. Let's test it. Fingers crossed. Not sure if we even have store tests. We have. Yeah, empty, but we have. Rule test. Oh, the rule test is a bit bigger. And I guess we have date calculator test, definition test, holiday test, holidefs test. This is the one that actually matters the most, because this is the public API, right? So if this test passes, this whole suite passes, I'm confident that I didn't break too many things. All right, so cannot inject attribute definitions into function macro because cannot escape function. Holidefs definition rule load function. The supported values are lists, tuples, maps, atoms, numbers, bit strings, PIDs, and remote functions. So on definition store, of course it would not be that simple, right? Like probably in here store 15. This is the problem, probably. The compilation problem here, it says the problem is on this line, like here. This is the line 15, but actually the problem is probably here because this is where at compilation time we load. And by just looking at the problem here, it's kind of saying to me that it couldn't load. Yeah, the problem is that you can't use function this anonymous functions on compile time, right? You can't build something, a set on attributes that way. You have to use mod fun arity format and not actual functions. Let me see. Like probably definition load read from file, then it goes through, and it builds the rule, and it says, where is it? Like attribute function macro, because cannot inject attribute, because cannot escape function, definition rule load function, right? All right, so load function. What's this map all about? Oh, function from name. Function from name. Here, this is the problem. don't need to do this. I can, instead of function from name, I'm going to return MFA from name. MFA stands for module functionality, which is this notation here. Let me show you. Which is this notation here. The module, the function, and the arity. But the arity then is 2. Right? Which is the actual. So yeah, I guess let me just make sure I am right. MFA. Format MFA. All right. Going back. Oops. Going back to apply. Apply has this module, function, and args. So what I need is actually just a modular function, because the args is just a list. Yeah, I don't need the arity. MFA from name, then load function, which is going to return load MFA. Oh, so Falknors, you're here for English lessons because dev, I really don't know what you're talking about. Dev stands for development or developer, which is programmer, right? But yeah, feel free to learn English too if you want. So loading MFA here, loading MFA. Oh, actually this is the problem. So if the modifier is nil, this is a big problem. Oh, I think I can do this. Apply modifier. Then I can return here rule apply modifier, and then actually I guess this at here will work. But it looks like a very strange at. Ah, você sabe disso, Falk? Pô, mano. Que falar que você deve, você não sabe o que tá falando? Oh. Pô, é estranho te chamar de Falk. Fala sério. Eu só te chamo aí porque tem de Falk, porque tem. Não tem mais, cara. Vou te chamar de Israel. Vou te chamar de Israel agora. O mito foi embora. O Wellington. At apply should work. Should it work actually? I think it should. Right. Let's go on, because then I can actually in the load function I can do that thing that I was going to do, which is the apply modifier. Function modifier. Right. Modifier. I call the function. actually not the function. I call the year, the rule, and the modifier. The modifier is the first one. Oh no, actually all four. Function, modifier, year, and rule. I need all of them. Or not? Do I? I don't. Where year and rule come from? Oh, year and rule come from there. Ah, yeah, true. Year and rule are the actual ones that I'm going to pass by. So what I need to do is apply modifier, send function and modifier, and ask for year and rule. Yeah, that's it. So I guess this should be enough to make the test pass, or at least compile. Let's compile the files. And it didn't. It should actually give me better error description. Cannot inject attribute definitions into function macro because cannot escape function X in definition rule. So, it should be module function arity. And that's it. Like the whole format, module function arity. How can I do that? Yeah, I should return it as I just need to load function. So the function, I have to check how it's used actually. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to finish it today, guys. It's already 1.5 hours almost. I have about 10 minutes to actually try to make it work. But if it doesn't, I don't mind. I mean, I can finish it tomorrow with you again. Right, where the rules called function. Build, apply modifier. I think both this and what's the other one? And load function. Where is this and this line should actually return something like the module rule, apply modifier, and I don't know. I don't really know how I'm going to do that. Like, I need to basically what I'm doing is trying to load a function at compile time, an anonymous function, and set that anonymous function to one of the rules inside of the definitions. And then on holidefs here, there's the get date, probably on year, on get definition, and find between. Find between should actually execute the function. There's function here, find between, take while, they compare. All right. I guess it's year. Def year. All year holidays here. All year holidays. So it gets the holidays for the whole year. And it from who? From rule. Almost time to get back to work. Like to actual work that they pay me for, not to some open source work. Let's see, from rule, build from rule, here, function. Here, this is how they call the function. It's just year and rule. So instead of that, what I probably will do is apply function here, module and function. Also, what I'm going to do here, that's why you should not maintain your old projects. They always look look very ugly. Like, come on, did you see the function header? It was multiple lines, pretty crazy, and doesn't matter if it's a function, actually, right? So new, not in month or day. Why? All right, when it is a function, I actually need at least this. I need this to match. All the rest, I don't even need to get this way. The name and informal, I can get like this, rule.name. So name is already done. Function I already got under header. When function is not true because it's not a function. All right. And informal. Rule.informal. That's it. And the other one, I don't need to get anything else beside the month and day. Like name and informal, still not needed, because I only use month and day on the header here to check if month or day is not new. And if it's new, it goes to the last one, which considers week and weekday. Month, week, and weekday. Right? It's still pretty long here. Maybe I should. Spank. New, not in month and day. It falls back to this. Let me see name here. Yeah. Let me have factor these two. Date. There's no reason why. Oh, there is. The reason is the date. We don't get the date before that. The date's here, if it's a list or not. Man, how am I going to do that? Yeah, I guess this one is okay to actually break the line here. Falk, não tô gravando não, porque cara, eu tenho até a opção aqui para gravar, mas a primeira vez que eu gravei, na verdade foi no OBS, né? Então pode ser problema do OBS. Primeira vez que eu gravei aqui o bagulho, Travou tudo, cara. Chegou no meio, o frame rate tava tipo. Eu acho que tava 2 frames por hora. Algo assim. Tava terrível. A primeira live que eu fiz, basicamente. Deu tudo errado nas 3, 4 primeiras. Até essa última que deu certo, um pouquinho certo, e eu deixei ali. Eu fui burro e conectei na internet errada, mano. Aí tava, tipo, eu tava aqui embaixo na cozinha e conectado na internet lá de cima. E tava uma merda. Daí, aí do meio pro final o bagulho travou tudo, quebrou, inclusive quebrou a live em três, saca? Caiu a live e voltou. I was just explaining to Falk Norsk, he's the guy, whoever actually talks Portuguese or even English, let's go flood his channel with people from all around the world. He talks in English too. He probably can talk with you, like answer you. So if you ever want to listen to a crazy guy talking in Portuguese about his life and playing games, go there and follow him. Like he's a very funny guy. Então, eu vou reaproveitar o vídeo, cara. Mas basicamente, tipo, eu vou torcer para que o vídeo da live não seja tão bom. Que seja bastante bom. Esteja bom e eu possa pegar e jogar direto para o YouTube e tal e fazer uns cortes. Mas esses primeiros vídeos eu não tô muito com esperança de reaproveitar, não. Tô bem, tipo, de boa, tô testando, vamos ver como é que é, saca? Mas vamos lá, bagulho é louco aí, quem sabe funciona, cara, né? Alguma hora vai dar certo. Aí o name não precisa aqui, month, não precisa nada desse aqui. Rule year, rule month, rule week, rule weekday, code, rule name, date, já tá lá. Rule date, já tá lá. Date options, já tá lá. Rule of from. Mix from. Quarenta e nove. Também, né? Cara burro. Apply precisa botar. Apply needs to go with. I need to send the module, the function, and the arguments. Year and rule. Right? So Fox just giving me tips there of what to do. So it's good to download the Void. So when I have music playing, the Twitch could actually silence some parts. Oh, for copyright. Oh, I didn't know that actually. Really? Interesting. Yeah, they cooperate afterwards, right? Because during the live they can't do anything, or maybe they can. Maybe I shouldn't put music. I did just put music because I saw other programmers doing that. Você acha que tem problema botar música? Porque, cara, é só eu parar aqui que se dane. É verdade, depois eu vou botar no YouTube ainda esse bagulho. Beleza, que o Fit for a King ia gostar de uma propagandinha. Não sei porquê, né? Essa maluquice de copyright aí. Mas enfim, eu vou parar a música. I'm stopping music. Because actually, guys, I want to be able to put this stuff on YouTube afterwards, and copyright is something I should be careful a little bit. Careful at least. Maybe I can put some elevator music afterwards, like when I found some good elevator music, which is kind of impossible, but yeah. Okay. Oh, it's already past 1 1/3 1.5 hours. A third. Third is actually something else. It's not the third guy. Anyway, so here the function is going to be, the function is going to be the modulo function, the mod fun, like that, right? And then on the rule I have to load mod fun as a mod fun. So here I just return custom functions and name, right? Right. And then the problem is the modifier. How am I gonna build the modifier on compile time? Because that one I need to send the original function, execute it, and then modify it to add some days, for example. Actually, I have an idea. I think I have managed to. So here then I do return the apply modifier. How can I do that? The rule, apply modifier, then I return function modifier, like the function here is the mod fun, so then here I have to parse it to mod fun args, right? So then, the args are year and rule, so I don't mind to actually apply mod fun. Here I am sure that they're going to be only year and rule. Receiving some notifications on my wrists, right? And then the modifier I do apply to the year and rule. That's it. So what I have to do when calling it on the holiday here is that where I call the apply here, I have to be aware that there's the args here, and I have to amend this to the args, like to put it on the end of the list. Ô Falk, você falou pode colocar, mas eu tava pensando, cara, da música. O problema é que depois eu vou querer cortar isso aqui, saca? E botar shortzinha no... Tipo, eu meio que tenho que me acostumar a fazer sem música, né? Porque daí se eu for querer colocar shortzinha, uma que vai ficar cortando a música lá no meio, saca? Fazer um vídeo cortado do bagulho lá no YouTube, sei lá, tipo com os cortes da minha programação. Agora você deve ter escutado o barulho da minha barriga, cara. O microfone tá aqui, não tá muito longe da barriga, cara. Tá feio o negócio. Enfim, eu vou deixar assim porque eu que não vou me estressar depois com copyright. Que se dane. So, yeah, just Falk Norsk just confirmed that you listened to my belly noise. Sorry guys, it's the belly, right? It's not something else. It's not really that bad. Oh, actually, it didn't went through the... That was the good side of the music, you know? Oh, cool. App de música sem copyright. That's a good thing to know. He just told me that there's this app of musics without copyright on them. So I guess it's something I could put there. I think it's time to end this live because my belly is complaining, right? Oh, it changed the... Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you with this, right? Go away to the bathroom. Just kidding. It's not that bad yet. Maybe it would be worse a little bit after the... All right, holiday 64. Now we're getting there. Rule. All right, holiday 88. The year is not used. Yeah, because the year, I thought, yeah. Apply modifier for is unused. Rule 87. 87. Because this should be public, because I have to apply the modifier. I'm going to put this on custom functions because it's important. To put them all in the same place. And the module is going to be always the same, right? So I only need to put the function and the args, which for instance is just the functions first. It could be the function, yeah, let's put this way. It's too short. Custom functions. So just the name, if it's on the custom functions. And I think this could be this way, yeah. What can I do here? I'm really thinking maybe I should do this here. Yeah, return the name itself if it's on the custom functions. And if it's not, just throw an error. Then the load function here should actually not load functions at all. Maybe I just what I'm going to do is to actually save the function modifier here. No, and to put this here. Yeah, and okay. Load function should not be a big problem. Load function here. So here doesn't matter. Apply. Then on apply, I have the year and the rule. The function, the year and the rule. On the rule, I actually can check if the rule, rule has a function modifier, when modifier is different than nil, I do call the modifier. So apply and do this, right? Right. Yeah. Yeah. And if it doesn't, otherwise, if it's a rule and that's it, the only thing I have to do is to apply and return the result as is, right? And I don't need this apply modifier also. So that's a big refactoring. But so if I have then on holiday the place I call this function, rule. So here function, if the function fun is for function, where fun is not new, right? I do call the fun. But how do I call the fun? Custom functions. I do apply the why did I wrote apply if there was already an apply there? And then these args are totally irrelevant. Man, this code is getting nicer and nicer every iteration of your factors. I'm just not liking this one. Yeah. Minjar, are you still there? No, he went away. But there are other viewers there. So, hey guys, cool. We are programming some Elixir here. If you have any question or anything to tell me. This is an open source project, by the way. The one called holidefs. Yeah, let's finish it up. I suppose mix compile here is going to work now, and it's not. Function modifier not found, of course, because that's a struct. The rule is a struct, and I didn't add it to the struct. Function modifier. Right. And I have to add a function modifier, which should be an integer, I guess. Right? Because it's used like an integer, at least last time I checked. Where custom functions? Yeah, the modifier date add, it should be an integer, because you can't add something it's not an integer to a date, right? Cool. So function modifier should be good now. Custom functions mod 8. Custom functions mod module, right? Which is this exact same module here. Mod, still mod. Yeah. Falk, depois me passa o nome desse app aí. Que aí eu vejo se eu encontro alguma coisa boa lá. So apply should be 3 arguments. Like kernel apply conflicts with the local function, of course. I don't mind actually conflicting with kernel that much. Let's call it execute, right? And call it like execute here to apply execute. It's not for you though. It's my wife that's back there. She helps me a lot, by the way, like on the lives. The first ones, she tried to warn me that nothing was working and I didn't listen to her, like every husband ever, right? So yeah, I didn't listen to her, and then I did kind of a whole hour of live, and when I went there to watch the actual live afterwards, I noticed, hey, yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, this time I listened to her, or not actually, because she was not here. I listened to Falk, so you should be proud of yourself, Falk. I listened to you. Like, what did I do now? On store, there's the function locale, right? On store, I think it's going now, locale. Oh, here. Problem is this. What you... Ah, você tá escutando o micro-ondas, cara? Juliana tá aí. Agora ficou tipo, ai caramba, estraguei a live dele, cara. E agora? Com barulho de micro-ondas. É, café, cara. Faz um pra mim, amor. Obrigado. Vai fazer. Tá de boa. Falknox just warned us that you could listen to the microwave sound there. So it's my wife doing coffee for her, and then I asked for a coffee from me, of course. And yeah, we do coffee on the microwave. Like we do those instant coffee stuff. I don't know how you call it in English. I don't mind the flavor, like the real flavor of coffee, you know, like the flavor of real coffee. I just drink whatever is in front of me. Yeah, this is the real life. Oh, no, actually, is this the real life? He sings, right? I would love to put some Queen right now, but copyright. Mix compile, please compile. All right, now it compiled. Custom functions execute, right, holidays. Holiday. I have to put in here. And I think that's it. It should be compiling right now. Yeehaw! So mix test, fingers crossed, again. And they failed. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Because then we got an error that we would not get if I didn't wrote test for this lib, right? So errors are always good. All right. Load observed. Function clause error. Holiday load observed. Observed. Right. Where is it? Right. Here. Observed fun. Ooh. Ooh. So observed could be a function too. We have a problem, Houston. The same thing I did for function, I have to now do for this other one. Hopefully it's not going to take as much work. Please don't. Observed. Here. And actually observed is a function. Observed from name, function from name, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, basically I don't have to do the same. I just have to call it. Right? Like this. Oops. I just have to do basically this thingy here. Do custom functions dot. Actually, call is a better name, right? For fun date rule. Call is a lot better name for it. Execute call, because you call functions, you don't execute them. Execution, it's not good. And it's shorter. I like short names, as you can see for some of my variable names. Fun is a lot more fun than funk. Although I like American funk, I don't like Brazilian funk though. Sorry, Rio guys. Good coffee, thank you, lovely wife. Right, mix test. Please go. 2, I fixed one test. Now I have to get another one. So rule test. Yeah, the rule test function is not function. Rule function is equals Easter, I guess. Let me just close this, open this, mix, test, stale. I think there's like one watch, test, watch, mix, test. I think there's like this one mix, test, watch. I don't want to actually have to use this. I don't want to have to install this actually. I just want to do TDD like instead of mix, test, watch. There's another way I know, like they do. I saw posts on that. Mix tests, watch, Mac OS. I mean, as Brazilians says, dane-se. Let it go. To translate it in a very, how can I say, friendly way. Screw it, to translate in the correct way. Definition test. Function rule function, rule function. Some functions. Here I have to call the rule function and send. Yeah. Hey Falk, uma pergunta. Nossa, tô te chamando de Falk mesmo, cara. Olha só. Opa. Esse tamanho de fonte aqui tá bom? Tipo, você consegue enxergar as coisinhas na minha tela aqui? Que, cara, tá... Esse é o tamanho normal que eu normalmente uso. Eu acho que é meio pequeno para compartilhar. Mas assim eu acho que tá bom, né, cara? This was not me, just to mention. This was... All right, I guess this is the last fix and we are good to go. Right, application. So, loading definitions on compile time. Closest number, I guess it's 19, right? The error. It took a while. As I said, it was a lot more difficult than the first one. Like close number 19. Git, I guess I have this one, push -u origin compile defs. I'm going to open the pull request there, pull requests here. And we have it. Yeah, and actually we simplified a lot our code. Like not just the infrastructure needed, because now it doesn't have to actually start an application on your server to actually hold the state for that. The state is loaded to your actual code itself after compiling, right? So the only disadvantage of that kind of thing would be that if I, for some reason, someday want to add new locales definitions on runtime, you know, then we probably need to actually get back to the agent idea. But still, even for that thing, I would say it's better to have both then, like to load the ones that we can load on compile time, to load them in compile time, and then load have this agent to load them on to load new ones on runtime, you know, and then use like the runtime or the runtime as a fallback, so to not allow to replace the locales, right? But use the runtime as a fallback of the compile times. As the compile times are faster, it's better to actually make the compile times call first and then the runtime. But we actually don't support runtime on this lib, and we don't plan to, so that's why I'm changing to compile time. Yeah, that's it for today. Falk Norse, tem alguma pergunta, cara? Quer mandar um beijo para alguém? Em inglês ou em português? I just asked Falknowski if he wants to send some kisses, because it is a common thing in live TV here in Brazil, or radios, like, mando beijo pra minha mãe, like, send kisses to my mother, you know. I think he wants to send kisses to Mijar, who's already disconnected. You know, he doesn't. Okay, guys. I see there are a lot of other people connected. Is this the actual list of users, right? Connected to the live stream right now? I think it is. Not sure. There's some Twitch growth Discord. Not sure where you. Jujubiter. This is my wife, by the way. Follow her. She can do some lives, I guess, on parenting. She's a very good mother. Maybe a live about finances. She's a trader also. She was thinking these days to start live trading. So it would be really good. Yeah, bots. Imaginei que fossem alguns bots da Twitch. Esse do Discord aqui, principalmente. Have this too. Count created December 2, 2020. So yeah. Hey guys. Thank you, by the way. Thank you for sticking with me. I don't know if you really watched it or not. But anyway, it's always good to have some people connected. Right now, like it's saying, it has 2 viewers, probably my wife and Falknor's. So thank you, you both. And thank you, Minjar, for the time you were with me here. So hopefully I'll do more lives like this and they work as hopefully this did work. Not sure. I mean, it says here that I didn't get any frame drop and no slow frames. What does this button does? Yay, Senhora Falk. Thank you. So let me play the other ones. Sem comum. So I have to do it manually? Tipo, eu tenho que tocar manual aqui, cara? Pra aparecer? Não me... Realmente, cara, não conheço nada. Inclusive, eu não estudei nada de live, essas coisas. Nem olhar a live dos outros eu não olho. Eu quero que os outros olhem a minha. Ah, mas tá de boa, cara. Tá de boa. Valeu aí, Israel. Vou finalizar por aqui. Até amanhã ou depois, sei lá. Tenho bastante coisa para resolver nessas libzinhas que eu faço aí. Vamos vendo como é que vai ser. Olha, a Ju falou que travou. Mas que seja, acabou mesmo. Então, falou, galerinha do meu Twitch. See you guys. Really enjoyed this time with you. Hopefully you did too. Bye.